Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, it's a sunny Saturday morning. Very tempted to go out on the bike, but I'm not going to go have a little ride. But I've decided to do a job on the XT. Now, it's a job that I wasn't actually going to do, but now I've had a bit of time with the bike, of staring at it and so on, it is niggling me a bit, a lot, quite a lot, and it's the back end. Now I know there's going to be fors and against this, but that is fantastic. We all have different tastes, but as long as you allow for other people's different tastes, all is good. It's the light. Now I've been having a go on this bike here and there, you know, just taking my time, just breaking myself in bit by bit with this shoulder. So far so good. And last time I was out on it, the back light fell off again. I don't know if you watched one of the previous videos on the XT. The back light is actually broken, and I tried a temporary bodge on there with some glue, which has held up on a few rides, but the last one it came off, and it was only dangling on and holding on there because of the wires going to the bulb. So then I thought, you know what, that's a sign, I'm going to do it. Rather than buy another light, standard light, and put it in, I'm going to change the back end. Yes, because to me it looks, how can we put it, it looks limp. So you got this really nice line of the bike, and then you got this that's like bleh, bleh. Yeah, it looks like it's all saggy and wrong. Just my opinion. So I'm going to change it. So I've got a few bits and bobs. So my plan is to make it look bare minimum. So we've got quite a big bulk of this black plastic here. You know, there's a lot going on. So I want to change all that and try and make it look like there's not much there. Obviously, we got no choice. We need a number plate. We need a number plate light. We need indicators, and we need a rear light. But I'm going to try and design something. Again, I'm going to do it as I go along. That's a bit more tucked up. So we're not right down here. We're a bit more up. Going to change the indicators again, something I don't normally do. I'm going completely against everything I don't normally do here on my own bikes, and that's normally I leave standard indicators on everything because yeah, they work. So I've gone against the grain there and got some aftermarket indicators, but I've done a fair bit of searching on that because I didn't want some terrible looking weird spear shaped or flame shaped terrible cheesy plastic indicators. So I've got some very basic aluminium bodied indicators. They were quite cheap, obviously I'm from a certain part of the world, but they look okay, and they're small enough to sort of hide away, be there, but you know, not in your face like a massive indicator like these are, because these are actually quite huge, as you can see. So my plan is this gone, an enduro-y style rear light. In fact, let's just get the light that I've got and show you. Let me show you. So we got one of these little triangular lights here, which basically you'll see on all the enduro bikes like the KX I had, the Honda, and yeah, so on. And normally these come on a plastic sort of moulding that you put your number plate on, but that's not going to work on this bike. This is going to work, but I've got to make all my own bracket for it. So we're going to go from this great big massive thing here, which I've actually bonded back on, but it don't matter, it's all coming off, to that tucked up nicely under there, and it sort of disappears, which will give us the nice line of the bike with all that bulk gone. That's the plan. I have watched a few videos on this platform thing called YouTube, and seen several people messing with the back ends on these XTs, trying to get ideas or spring off. I don't like copying people, but sometimes you can spring off other people's ideas, and helps with your own ideas. But there was nothing. I don't know how to put this. I don't want to say people have made a terrible job of everyone I've seen, but let's say there wasn't to my taste. We'll put it that way. Some people are using rear lights off a R1, a Yamaha R1. I don't know what year. It's like a triangular shaped light. To me, again, it looked a bit big and bulky, and the way some people were fitting these was a little bit shocking. And I don't want to start gluing and bodging things up and using cable ties and things like that. I want to make a nice tail unit that bolts up to things properly, and it's basically a nice fit and looks like a proper job. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of head scratching, I think, especially where to do the cuts, because as soon as we've cut plastic, that's it. You're at the point of no return. So yeah, we'll get the seat off, get the rear mudguard off, and see what we can do. Fingers crossed it goes to plan. Let's make a start. So I'm just going to make it up as we go along. Right, seat off. We have two fixings up here. I've took the other side out already. This bit's really simple. It all gets complicated under here. Then we have these little plasticky pushing things, and that should lift off just like that. Okay, let's take a closer look then. So as you can see now, all this part goes all the way down here. I do believe it's all the battery tray and everything. So yeah, I've really got to think this out, because yeah, I don't want to mess it up, because there's only one chance at getting it right. So yeah, I'm gonna have a good think. I'm gonna drop this off in a minute and see what we've got here, because I don't want to actually lose this space here, because that's always handy to shove things under your seat. So I don't want to lose this. I don't want to be chopping into that. Somehow, in the neatest way possible, we've got to lose all that. Right, exhaust pipes off. I really need to do that to get at these fixing points. They're undone and off. No, I'm not. Oh, it looks like them ones. I can see them moving. So yeah, undo these ones, and I think the number plate and the indicator part should drop off. Right, that's just hanging by its wires now, so I'll figure out where to disconnect all them and see what we've got there. Right, we've started to get down to the bare bones now. The light's out. As you can see, that looks like it's had a few bodges over the years. Look at all this lot. Anyway, we've got to think this out now. What are we gonna do? As you can see at the minute, we've sort of got that platypus look, platypus thing going on, which this is where I've got to have a proper think now to see how I'm going to cut this, because it's got to look neat and not like some hack job that someone's gone crazy with a hacksaw. So yeah, and obviously because this is part of all the under tray, I want to be careful that we don't sort of destroy the fixings that are actually holding the back end of all this under tray on. So we've got to make sure that stays in place, but all this has gone. That's time for a cup of tea and sit down and a coat of looking at. See what I can come up with. It's probably some of you now going, no, don't do it. It's just a piece of plastic. It can be replaced if it goes wrong. Like I say, this is not the final cut. This is just to get this out of my way so I can see in my mind where it's going to go. I hope. Off you come. Platypus, you're about to lose your nose. Making sure I'm not going to cut anything important. Let's have at it. It's gone! I think they call that the point of no return. Right, looking better, just with that out of the way. So if we put that back on, I've got to decide where to do my proper cut now. Where's that go? There. Somewhere around there. That's it. There we go. Right, so obviously we've still got the remnant of what we've just cut. I need to lose that now. So I reckon I'm going to follow the line of the actual mudguard. Sort of cut it so it follows that and up and disappears. I reckon that's the best plan. Right. A little bit more thinking. Yeah, I keep putting the mudguard on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, because I'm checking 100 times and hopefully cutting once. These little, what I'll call wings, these bits, the sticky arty bits, I think they can come off. They are serving no purpose. Well, they're not now. Let's get the mudguard again. Trust me, off camera, this mudguard's been on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Because obviously you don't want to see me filming absolutely every second of this job. Because unless you already have, you'll be gone to sleep by now. Unless you want to go to sleep, then watch this video. But yeah, we got them. The little sticky out wings there. And if we put that back on, let's get the torch again. Just give me a second. As you can see, they're not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, I think them wings can come off and leave this surface all the way up to here. Right, just seeing how we go, we're getting all the furry bits off, so if anyone's cut plastic with an angle grinder, you know exactly what I mean. There's no real perfect way of cutting it, really. It's quicker with the angle grinder, at least with plastic. It does clean up very easily and quickly. I'm just doing a little practice run on this little section here. See how nice we can get it. So it all blends in nice. A little bit of work. I don't think you'll be able to tell. But that's been trimmed off. Right, just been having a little bit of a mess about on the cuts we've done to get a nice edge. As you can see, that it's about the same now, all smoothed out. As you can see, when we first hack it up, it's not very good. So a little bit of time and that looks spot on now. If we can get all our cuts looking like that, I think I'll be happy. Right then, let's go for the next bit. We've got the compressor on now, ready to do some dressing up with the belt sander and things, or whatever I'll choose to use, I don't know yet. So I'm going to take a little bit more off. I think I am going to come up to that line, but I'm going to get as close as possible with the hacking machine and see how we get on. I've got to be very, very careful in this area here because it's so close to the under tray, the bit I don't want to destroy. So fingers crossed nothing grabs me and takes me in and puts a big hole in the bit that we don't want to put a hole in. So we've got that through, we've just got that web. I'm going to see if I can go up it. Yes, there we go. Right, just that little bit of a mess there to dress up when we get to that bit. Right, I'll get the other side done and then we'll make some decisions on the next step. Moving on to the following day. I went out a bit of a break and a friend turned up and so on and so on. Usual Saturday stuff. Anyway, Sunday morning-ish. So I've got a dog wandering around. He's after things, is that dog. Come on then. Tasty treats. There we go. Right, now he's out of the way for about 3 seconds. I put the pipe back on just to see my lines and yeah, just to keep giving me ideas of where I'm going to go with this. I think I've got some sort of loose plan for the light bracket. It's a very loose plan as well. So I'm just taking my time. You just can't rush a job like this. Well, you can rush it and then end up with something that you don't like. So I'm just taking my time and keep chopping and changing and trying things, no doubt, and keep doing that till we've got something we're happy with. And now I think with the metalwork, how I'm going to do the metalwork, I can keep this bit. I just need to tidy it all up and maybe put a bit of shape in it so it doesn't look it doesn't look like what it is, hacked off, chopped up. Yeah, I've got obviously we got all this nice so you don't realise all that was chopped up. I just want to do this bit here. So I think my metal work, something's got to come from under here and go along under the mudguard to hold the back light. Then something's got to come off it and drop down to hold the number plate and the number plate light. Yeah, so I think most of it can happen within this area here. These two fixings go to the frame. This plastic tray is pretty damn strong, so I think I can bolt to that as well. There's absolutely no weight in the rear light at all, none. Well, there is, but yeah, nothing that's going to cause us any trouble with any light brackets that I make. Number plate, I've been looking at, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, I do not like that number plate. I don't know, there's something about it I don't like. It's them gel stick-on things. Them things. Each to their own and all that. I think I'd just prefer a normal number plate. I'd prefer one about that big. In fact, if I rode it with my hood up, got myself a tracksuit and a certain cigarette sticking out my mouth, surely I'm allowed to ride this with no number plate. I've seen it done. Anyway, yeah, I might get another number plate. Obviously I'm going to set it up with that one because that is that's actually legal, that one. Yes, it'd be absolutely fantastic to put one of them little triangular lot ones I've had on all the enduro bikes, motocross bikes. It would look fantastic with that on. But this is a road bike. It ain't just for green laning and like little short bursts down the roads till you get onto the next green lane. Yeah, this is going to be constantly on the road, so we do need a number plate where the police ain't going to constantly pull us over and tell us off and give us fines. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to start figuring the metalwork out. Right, start with, got the compressor on. I'm going to trim a bit of more of this off that's not needed. I'm at the point now where when the mudguard's on, none of this is seen, but I still want it a bit neater. So I'm going to start trimming this edge off here. So we've possibly just got that top piece. That also may come off. I don't know yet. Like I say, we're just doing a little bit at a time so we don't mess it up. There's probably some of you already saying, yeah, I've messed that up, you should have left it standard. I get that 100%, that some people would prefer it left like that. But some of us just can't stop messing, can we? We've got to do something. Here I am, chopping things up again. Anyway, let's get on with that bit. Tidying the edges up a little bit now. I'll go over it all towards the end, get it all sorted out properly, because there still might be some mind changing going on. Right, done a little bit more. It's starting to look a lot tidier now. So we have this. I don't think that looks sort of hacked off now. I don't know, some of you may think different. I may have to take this little point off here. I was sort of trying to keep, I know it sounds silly, I was sort of trying to keep it. It looks like a bit of the plastic moulding manufacturing thing, but I might have to take it off with the ideas I'm coming up with. I think to start with, I'm gonna use these 4 fixing points. I know they're very close together, but I'm going to use these ones as well. So that. These are bolted to the what we'd always call speed nuts. Basically it's a clip with like a threaded section on there. I'm going to pop them out because I'm going to nut and bolt the metal work that I'm going to need to carry the back light. Yeah, because obviously we've got them protruding. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to even see that. I'll get them out and you can see what I mean, because I'm going to nut and bolt it all. So let me get them off and then we can see where we're going to start going with the metal work. I've got some metal out. It's quite thin-ish, but with shape and folds it will put the strength into it. So I've got a nice new sheet. How about that? Nice sheet of metal that's not rusty. That's quite unusual in here. Anyway, let's get them off and see where we're going to go next. There we go, them things. Slightly rusty. Right, let me get the other one out. Okay, that's them out. Now I've got, it's a bit dark, isn't it? Yeah, I've got a nice flat surface under here now. So if I start with cutting a bit of metal for the start of the bracket, hold it under here, and then I can mark it at the top through these holes and get that drilled. Like I say, I'm doing it so you can't really see the bracket as the bike sits there. You'd have to sort of lie on the floor and have a look, but I still want it all neat. Yeah, let's start with that. It's a start then. And we'll do all the chopping and changing as we go along. There's the fan.